make sure this is up and going here. I think we're good. Check out balancing the sound here just a little bit. See how things are sounding on the other side. I'm just gonna listen on my own here. How's that balance sound? Test 1, 2. Because I know I've been a little bit quiet recently. I think that sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Sweet. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so welcome anyone and everyone. I'm Leon Kennedy 411. We're gonna do a submission for Midwest Speedfest, a great charity marathon happening here in Minnesota. So this is Chrono Trigger Jets of Time, which is a Chrono Trigger randomizer, and I'm gonna be doing sort of a pretty standard flag. We call it the Millennial Pre. We use kind of for most like tournament races and stuff, with a couple extra little flags. Similar to what people call second half flags, adding in a gear rando and a healing item rando. But basics in the sense of we're going to be running around open world, kind of a la Free Enterprise or Balance. What's the Final Fantasy 6 one called? I'm blanking off the top of my head. Balance and Ruin? Is that what it's called? Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide. Kind of like that. You start with the Epoch, and you get access to 2 characters at the beginning, and 2 eras, 1000 AD and 600 AD, and you run around doing some dungeons in different orders, fighting bosses in random orders at the end of those dungeons, getting some key items that help you progress. A couple key ones opening up other eras to get to, and then there's 3 different go modes that you can try to find, and all 3 of those either lead to Lavos or Zeal 2 at the end, and then that's how you win. The goal is to beat Zeal 2 or beat Lavos at the end. So I think I'll just get started here. I'll get my little quick countdown here. I think everything else looks ready to go. Oh, one quick thing I'm going to do before I start. I'm going to enable my emo tracker just for... that's interesting. Does that work? There we go. Okay. I don't need it, but it sure is helpful for any of you who've done randomizers before. Okay. I think let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Wait, okay. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. So we're starting with Robo and Chrono. Again, randomizer, so start with random characters. The techs come in random orders, so like it's possible that Chrono could start with Luminaire, and Rogue could start with Uzi Punch, or you could start with Slash and Heal Beam. Like, you don't know, we'll have to figure it out. This isn't a super strong team right off the bat, just because they're both pretty weapon dependent, so you need to get good weapons from the start right away. But I will be going around kind of the overworld and doing a couple quick checks, collecting a couple of tabs that are like permanent, you know, buffs to stats, like magic and strength and whatnot. Yeah. And sometimes, like, for example, I can jump into this place in Fiona's Shrine, or Fiona's Village. There's nothing here I need, but it's like, there's a chest. It's like, I just found Chrono a slightly better sword. Like, it's not much better. Another thing in here is, like, very, very low tier items can be in here. But the thing I can check while going in here is there's an extra character in here who I'm not going to be able to get right away, but I'll know who's here. Smart. Okay. There's another chest back there I can't open yet because I need the hero medal, which is a key item, to open that. Skip a lot of these fights because, again, I'm kind of weak right off the bat. And those are not free fights there. Oop, no, wrong room. Wrong spot. There's a tab here I can grab. I'm checking to see, like, heals. I definitely need a couple of those. I'll grab, like, I don't know, 20 of these just to start. And then I'm going to zoom to to 1,000 here. Do a couple more early game checks. You can see, if you can see on my tracker, the characters that I have, and then also the key items will get added in. Ethers I definitely need, so buying a good chunk of those. I don't need that many, but Berserker, the Berserker strats are kind of a thing for sure. It's kind of nice to know that it's there. But I did put hero medal. I'm gonna buy that. It's a free check in the sense you don't have to like do a dungeon for it, but it's not free in the sense of money. It costs almost 10,000 gold. The hero medal doesn't do much by itself, but like I just mentioned, in Frog's Bureau, it opens up that other chest, which I need, because that could be something good. So I'm just gonna buy it right now. This guy's also gonna give me key item check when I go to his house and talk to his wife. Still looking for things that are here. That's a nice sword for Chrono. I might buy that. I mean, it's nice. It's a good early tier sword for Chrono. And then this will be a key item check, so we got the tools. There's a lot of different flags for this game, you know, like in a randomizer sense, like the Northern Ruins is a place I could go with tools, but that flag isn't set for this right now. A pendant, wow, okay, early pendant. So that's a huge, huge key item check because it lets me get access to a whole other era, the future. We're gonna get a couple more tabs here. Speed tabs are real good in this game because speed is king. I don't know if it's worth checking this map. I'm looking for mid-ethers since sometimes he has them here in this shop. He has lapises though. Better. Okay. What I didn't find was like any shelters. This one always has shelters and revives, so I'm gonna sell a couple of things real quick because I do want so many of those. Things I can sell right away. Not really. I'm gonna buy at least one of those. One shelter, I'd love to buy one more revive. This is dumb. Okay, I'm just gonna buy one more revive because I'm just not sure if I'm gonna find them, you know? Nice to do a little bit of stock up at the beginning, just in case like this first dungeon is just like a pain in the butt. Usually it's not, right? And especially if I'm not going not going to fight the boss at the end of Cathedral. Going to fight the boss at the end of Cathedral is a choice because it gets you a new character, but the characters aren't necessary. Oh shoot, I went into the wrong era. That's okay. I was talking too much. Let's zoom to the past. And then I'm probably going to go check that Hero's Medal, checked it before. Well, it's Frog. The reason why Hero Medal is good if it's Frog is because Hero Medal can only be equipped by Frog. And it just makes Frog great. Buffs his attack, buffs his defense. I think it's more than what it does in the vanilla game for sure. Last couple little checks, or not even checks, these are little grind spots here, sort of. So we're gonna fight this fight. It's hard to even really call this a grind. It's more just the early game, like gain a level or two ahead of time. But if I do these 2 fights, I'll get exactly enough experience to level up to 5 and learn 2 decks. There's a weird coding thing in this game where you can like double up on tech points if you're about to level up from learning a new tech, and then you do it again when you have more than you need, and you can like get twice as much. I'm not explaining that very well, but it's cool. You can get the tech twice, essentially. You get the tech points twice. And so this fight and this fight are two really good fights in the forest here before I go into like a dungeon. So there's one new character I'll find at the beginning of Cathedral, and then if I want to go back of Cathedral, I'll get another new character. Easy Punch, Area Bomb, Luminaire, and Lightning too. Okay, so I'm actually pretty good on magic and on physical right now, just because of those techs. Which means I feel pretty confident I can beat whatever boss is back here. I'm gonna save. Because the first time you forget not to save and like wipe at a boss or reset out for some reason, and you realize, oh, I never saved. Not that that's ever happened to me before or anyone else. It certainly isn't just me, but I think Chrono probably just Lightning to this whole team. Which is great, because all screen clears are super irrelevant, as you would imagine. This fight in particular, because if you can't one-shot these little Nagats, they can slow you, like with a spell called Slow, and it's not a fun time. We're trying to go fast. Alright, Vegas. Okay, good early game character for sure. This isn't a terrible team. The thing about this is every team in this game is good, in my opinion. Like, there are betters. There are some better than others, of course, for certain XYZ reasons, but like, no team is bad depending on if you get the right equipment and the right techs and like, you know, the right just composition that you need. I don't think I'm gonna go to back of Cathedral. I like that Ether's giving 13 instead of 10. That's part of the healing item rando flag that's being used right now. Usually Ethers heal for 10 MP, but with the healing item rando, 13 rolled real high. It can go, I think, from 7 down to 7 up to 14, I think. So that's a good roll. We like that. No shelter, I like that. Speaking of, 13 is more than enough. So I can just have Chrono Lightning to this whole room. And then what do I want to do? See, this thing is, I have this pendant, right? And the pendant is great because it gains us access to the future. I can technically go there right now. There is a dungeon you have to go through, which is decently long, and also has a boss at the end that can be scary. So what I think I might do, since I have a Robo, is go do Fiona's to get some experience real quick. Let me check what this check is too, because I have a hero medal. And then I gotta go back and do the bromide. Don't let me forget to do the bromide check. You get a bunch of tabs. Very easy thing to forget to do if you're not used to it. Yeah, I'm not gonna check back at Cathedral because I know Marl's here, and I know that Robo's here. Ben Hilt. Interesting. Okay. So it's it. The one character that would be super important back there would be Frog. Because if I have Frog and I have the Ben Hilt, that means I only need one more thing for Go mode. And like, I'm in Go mode super early. Let's see. I got a weird... Sometimes you get weird audio glitches in this game. It's like, well, there's just no sound now. I'm not entirely sure how all of them get triggered. Okay, great. Let's heal, because I don't have a lot of shelters or money. Yeah, so like Frog gets access to a check because of Go Mode, and then Robo gets access to a check here because of Fiona's. He needs to be there for Fiona's shrine to work, and then Marl is also one. Marley or Marl, however you want to pronounce, because she needs it to do the King's Trial quest. Okay, and Robo has exactly 22 MP, which means I can Luminaire. Let's see. So do I have two of these? I don't, but this one's better. No, he's got the amulet. Alright. That's all we got for now. Double tackle. Confuse is pretty good, and then black hole is also quite good. Yeah, I think this is the right call. We're gonna do like sort of a little quick pseudo grind here. It's possible I can check and see what this boss is. That's a high roll for a tonic as well. Over 500. Not super high, but it's more than 0. Let's see if I can take these guys out. If not, I just gotta attack them. I need to do, I think, 300 damage. You guys are weak to water, but magic can just work. It's strong magic. Ooh, no, not at all. Okay. Still pretty low level. I do. The answer might just be 3 with Chrono instead. Yeah, that was... Dang. And you can miss, right? Like, single attacks and regular attacks can miss, and I am in a very high level dungeon here. This might kill, but I guess that would be a trad. Okay. But I gain 900 experience points and 15 tech points, which is pretty big, and everyone just leveled up a bunch of times, so like, that's really, really helpful. What I think I'm gonna do quick is, knowing that I can two-shot him, I'm gonna level him up all the way. I didn't even get any, gosh, I don't have regular tonics. Alright. Try to sneak by. I only have to do 2 of these fights because I know where all the skips are. Or sorry, only 1. That's the only fight you have to do. But I can check what all of these are down here. Because some of these are super annoying to grab. Bunch of stuff for Luca. Luca's obviously. Luca's a very good character. Because she's just like the Black Mage, right? So just massive physical damage output. I'm not going to grab that one right now because there's a small chance that I would trigger the boss opening that up. But I'm going to go over here to get this chest. I'm just going to do this. Because this will two-shot. Guaranteed two-shot. I'm going to get hit, and I'm going to get hit again. But now, I know I'm going to... Oh, I'm off by 1. Well, that wasn't good math. Oh, you know what? It was fine. Right on target. And now we know that we can do that, which is kind of neat. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go heal one more time. So I could do the check. Early Pendant is making this an interesting seed because there's the check at Back Cathedral, which gets me another character. There's the check at, which I should just click on real quick to see what it is, at the bridge. And then there's up Denadora Mountain. And then there's Hecarim Cave. What I haven't talked about yet is magic. So what makes this a really kind of interesting setup right now. Every setup is interesting. That's why I love this randomizer so much. Like in the original game, Specchio, the little magic guy at the end of time, teaches certain characters how to do magic. The main ones, like Chrono, Frog, Luca, Marl, need to learn how to do magic, and they can't learn past their first 3 attacks of magic in that game. They don't learn lightning or fire or ice until they go there. Thought that might have done it. We should just be able to punch everyone though, right? So what I should do is just Luminaire and then Lightning too, because I have exactly enough for that. Anyway, Chrono, come on, man. But Ayla, Robo, and Magus don't need to learn magic because they're either robots or a cave woman or a warlock that already knows how to do magic. So, why don't we do this real quick? Why don't we equip this magic right on him? Do some more of these random fights. Which seems like, oh, why are you grinding so much at the beginning? Like, what's the... Well, if I do this now, I will feel a lot more comfortable just being able to like zip through dungeons really fast. Especially if I just want to go check what pending is like real quick. I can do... Oh, I should have used area bomb there. Because he could have probably hit all 3 of them. That was just me clicking through stuff way too fast. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to check what the bridge is. And I think I'm just going to bum rush go independent because I don't need to do Hecarim. I got Black Hole, I got Confuse. Like, I think we're, especially now that Magus is, yeah. Let's do this. Well, I need this regular tonics. That's what I really need. I wonder if Luminaire can take him out this time. But having Confuse and Luminaire are basically Chrono's 2 best moves, right? Best physical and best magic output. The only thing that would have been nice would have been to have life. So you have someone who can heal and I'm not just basing off of revives. Okay. I think, did I miss this one? No, I got them all. There it is. I knew there's one more up here somewhere. I didn't use it either, did I? Oh well. I can get them a little bit closer before the black hole. I got 3 of them. That should do it. Black hole is area based. In the original game of Chrono Trigger, the black hole is like a insta kill. It's like a death. You know, oh, come on, Robo. Throwing off my groove. Jeez. Yeah, but in this game it's been retooled a little bit to make it just more useful, basically. So now it just does non-elemental damage. I shouldn't say just non-elemental damage. Non-elemental words. Non-elemental damage is very good because of, you know, certain enemies that resist certain elements or whatever. Basically means you can use it against anything. Which is great. Yeah. So we know that this check is now 100% set up and ready to go. We're gonna go here. We're gonna save. See what this is. Oops. Too fast. We talked to the Night King. So now we're actually gonna start seeing some checks. So yeah, a little bit of grind and setup at the beginning of this particular seed. But now we're gonna be able to run through and see what a lot of this stuff is here. We go talk to the chef and he will tell us what the item is. If it's something that we're really not interested in at all, I can just soft reset out. Yeah, I wait for him to fully finish his text, and then I'm going to do one other thing here. I'm going to make sure... let's see, strength +2. Who's strongest here? They're pretty similar. But he's got confused, which I like. You can have the amulet, I guess. The +1 speed, let's put that on you. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do real quick. Let's see what this was. So what did I do? I re-equipped the bandana and the armor. Jerky. Jerky doesn't give you anything progression-wise. It just gives you the possibility of a very strong item. It's a waste of time, quote-unquote, you know. I don't need to go and grab it. Same way I don't need to go to the back of the cathedral to get whoever that other character is. Unless there's the small chance that it's Frog. So I think I'm just going to do Pendant, which is an interesting, like, you know, 23 minutes into the run. Oh shoot. No, I'm wasting time here for a sec. I don't want to use Robo because he's slow. I'm going to switch. I think I'll just put Magus because he's fast and strong and all the things. Because it's always the first character in your party. So, like, it is interesting. You can make Marl get arrested for stealing her own pendant, you know, and then she's the one that runs through. Generally, you don't do that because, again, she's slower. I didn't re-equip that armor and that bandana onto my other characters. I should remember to do that before whatever this boss fight is. But what's nice about going to the pendant, you know, first, is once you get past this trial sequence and go to the future, you fight a boss at the end, which will be my first boss. Crazy. But, like, I already know that pendant is a key item for a go mode, because if it's going through Death Peak to Black Omen, that's a go mode. And I need the clone and the chrono trigger, but since I already have the pendant, that's one of the 3 things that I need. And then the bent hilt and the bent sword are 2 pieces of the Masamune, which is another go mode for doing Magus's castle into the Kingdom of Zeal to go into the Ocean Palace. And I need Frog for that one. Don't know where he is, but I have one of those 3 things. And then the third go mode, I don't have anything for yet, which is the one through Tyranno Lair in the prehistory, and I need Gate Key to get there. I also need the Dreamstone to place in the Tyranno Lair, and the Ruby Knife to go through and unlock the Kingdom of Zeal. So that's a skip right there. You just gotta line yourself up between the pixels of the shields and just fight past that guy. Which, interestingly, I have the one character set up right here with Magus using Black Hole that can just brute force his way through. I was not fast enough about that. Because he has Black Hole, which is defense piercing and non-elemental damage. Usually you can't hurt those guys unless they open up their shields. So if I had screwed up that skip, I have the perfect setup right now with Magus and Black Hole. Now, there is another little dude over here. What? Dumb. I'm going to save this character named Fitz, who's back here, who's also one of our lead kind of like organizing members of our Discord. Shoutouts to the Jets of Time Discord community, and shoutouts to Fitz, who does a lot with tournament organizing and things. It's kind of a meme in the community where you come back and save this guy because it's just the right thing to do, but it takes, you know, like 30 seconds, and so that's time that you could be spent doing other things. I am particularly going to get him this time because I also have Chrono in my party. Is that a vanilla red katana? Or it's down, maybe it's down behind. I know it's in this dungeon. It might be the one that's like back to the broken hole in the wall. But yes, the reason why saving Fitz is great is because if you have Chrono in your party, you can go to his shop back in the present and get 10 free mid-ethers, which are great. I haven't seen what they've rolled yet, but they're better than regular ethers. So I don't have any tonics. I have mid tonics and regular ethers. I think I have, what, 2 revives? 1 revive? I probably should have just black holed here. A little bit faster. Because I can heal right up here in a sec. I almost don't want to use my shelters because I'm so low on them. But I'll check my character's stats real quick. So this will be my first boss. 28 minutes in, probably. Which again is just an interesting seed. That's the way randomizers go. Okay. Let's make sure you... I got 1 black vest, which I like. Okay, so... let's just do... fill up all the way. Not fully healed, but it's also really dang close. So we're just gonna save. I haven't used my tabs yet, which is generally like a strong, like I'm committing to this party type of vibe. I might wait to go see if Ayla is in the future, and I might switch out Magus or Robo for Ayla. We'll see. Probably Magus, just because I have Luminaire right off the bat. But I like Magus more than a lot of people do. He doesn't play nicely. But anyway, here's our first instance of a randomized boss on the bridge. Usually this is the Dragon Tank. Confuser Luminaire is better. Oh, I can't get the black hole. Let's see. 678. This guy's got like 2200 HP or something like that. He's countering me like Luminaire might have done more. Yeah, because I gave him that magic ring. And he doesn't have a super strong weapon yet. Okay, I try really hard not to have Chrono die. So if this doesn't kill him, I probably need to heal Chrono. Oh, he might have died from that. I just wasn't sure. I should have been counting a little bit better. It's gotta be it. Yeah, I should have just gone for it. It's like I knew it was really close. So could have been done a little bit more optimally. I was playing it a little bit safer by healing, but like if you kill the boss, kill the enemy, you're just dead. Some bosses have a revenge counterattack, like Yakwa the 13th would, his ancestor. Wait, let me get whatever this is. Sometimes that's a good. Nah. Okay, the mid-ethers are crap. I don't know if I noticed that yet. Usually mid-ethers do 200, and that does 129. So there's your randomized healing item number for you. A much lower mid-ether, or mid-tonic, I should say. So don't love that. Mid-tonics are kind of bad. Which means I don't have a good way to heal until I get Robo to start healing. Now, here's the other amazing thing about why it chose to do this route in grind up a little bit to get here, is because now that I'm in the future, my pendant is fully charged, and I can run around the whole world and the whole map of every area that I have access to and get all this good stuff, like full ethers, hyper ethers. Now it's like, do I even need all those mid ethers from Fitz? No, I'll be a nice guy and go get him. Can check what this guy's got. Lapises. There's some mid-ethers. I know I'm gonna get a bunch of them, but okay, so we know they're here. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to remember where I can find mid-ethers and lapises. Blue mail. A good blue mail too. That was a good find. That's like an end game armor, especially a +2 blue mail. Amazing. I'm gonna might grab a couple quick chests here. Probably shouldn't have gone in here. That's okay. Get a little bit of attack. I went up too high over that rat. And now these guys are hitting me. Okay. Really? That's all fine. Hit the other one. Wow. Surprised. Decent points though. 800 experience points and 13 tech. It's very similar to like what I was doing in the desert. So there's other chests up there I could get. I'm just not gonna get them all right now. I'm gonna grab this one. Speed belt. That's good. Okay, this is a tough skip. I'm gonna see. Oh man, that is a hard skip. I gotta practice that one a little more. I don't go in here super hard because there's nothing like you don't need to go into the sewers at all ever. You just have a couple of quick little chests that you can grab. This guy's not dead. Ugh. That's okay. Are they gonna kill Chrono? Jeez. I'm not hitting with the experience point from this, so it's even more of a waste. I could have just ran away from this fight. I figured I would get the points there, but now Chrono doesn't get me. Oh well. That's okay. I will practice this skip more. If this gets into Midwest Speedfest. Promise. You would come in here a little bit more often for Chrono Sanity, which is another really fun version of this. That's like a teeny bit longer. It's like, you know, Pot Sanity or whatever. It's not that bad as Pot Sanity though in like Link to the Past. It's more. Do I want to fight? I'm not even gonna fight this guy. I don't want to do this one right now. It's just all the chests in the game have things to look for, have key items that can possibly be in them, which I actually like a lot. I think it's real good. Lightning 2 is probably good enough for these guys, but I do want to see what's in here. Because maybe this is Ayla, maybe it's got Frog. You know, maybe Frog, because this is a character track, just to see who's in here. And then I can do Aristome and a couple other things. Maybe it's Luca with Flare. I don't know. You know, it's not Marl. You gotta walk past these guys, because running is what triggers them. Okay, so it is a Luca. If she has Fire 2 or Flare, then like Magus is coming out of my party. Let's see. But she would have to gain magic again, which is this whole thing, right? And I don't want to take the time. Okay, yep, I guess Magus is out, even though he's got Dark Matter upcoming. It's just, that's kind of a no-brainer in my book. Because she's just the better black mage for this party. And she had a bunch of things she was getting. The Zodiac Cape. I could give her, let's give her that speed belt. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually kind of set up our team now. And I am gonna just dump these all in the Chrono because he's got confused. So I'm just gonna hope I find him a good weapon. That's just what this is gonna be about. Give maybe the magic ring, maybe the speed belt. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I could give her the speed ring. You know what? Let's do this differently. Now she's at 13. Magic ring. Yes. Just for now. She's at 13. Okay. Alright. Let's go check out Iris Dome. We can heal here. I remember, gosh, I should have wrote down. There was a place to buy Luca, I think at the Banhelm, which might be worth going back and finding. I don't remember exactly where it was. Save. Except I haven't learned Fire Sword 2 yet, so maybe I have to do like one fight to get that. Let's see what it is. Let's see if it matters. I can probably just flare and confuse my way through things. I don't need Fire Sword 2. So this will be a boss. And then we'll get a new key item check. See what it is. It's a mutant of some kind. I think that's Mega Mutant. It is. We like a Mega Mutant because I can use physical on him as well. I think Luminaire is just better for Chrono. So this should not be super hard because Flare and Luminaire will just, I mean, Flare really, like you've already seen him, like, nuts. Flare be strong. Look, he's dead. Right? Like, the other thing too is when you get Luca right away, double bomb, fire sword. Wait, was that? Yeah, I thought I just said fire sword 1. I think I just clicked through it too fast. I was like, hold on. Ether. Catch the rat. I forget what I was saying. What was I saying? Catch this rat. But yeah, like Tex now. Oh yeah. When you gain the character in Eris Dome and in Dactyl's Nest in the prehistoric era, those characters are already at level 15, I think it is. So like they are already like, and I came here before I was level 15. I'm whatever it was, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. Point is, they're good to pick up because they're pretty strong, as opposed to like picking up the Cathedral character, or even the backup Cathedral character. Like if I was to go back and get them now, they would be lower level than if I picked them up right away. or then if I pick them up. So like character location does affect things a little bit. Like, ooh. I don't remember exactly how that works. Someone in the community needs to correct me about how wrong I am about that. I don't remember. I just know that they're better pickup spots because they're like harder to get. You need either the gate key or the pendant. And it's like I don't have to go back here, but I'm going to because there's gonna be good loot back here. Because I have the pendant fully charged. I might even run around some other parts of the overworld in the other eras to get things. Mermaid cap's good, sight cap is good. I like power tabs, but they're rolling low. And elixir's nice. So these power tabs are only +2. Power tabs can be between +2 and +4 in a standard like setting. You can go into the randomizer seed settings and change it to +9 if you want to. Same with speed, but obviously that would be very overpowered. Max speed in this game is 16. And like, you know, Mega started at 12. Lucas starts at like 8 or something, so like you get instant max speed. Skipping all these guys, not doing any of these fights. You can run through this dungeon pretty quick, and then we get another key item check. Let's see what it is. A clone. Interesting. So now all I need is a chrono trigger or a time egg, and I will be in go mode for this future era. So a couple other checks I can do. I can go see who the Son of Sun boss fight is. The spot there. While I'm here in this era. Or I can go... Oops, where am I going? A couple more... One still absorbs. That's got that magic defense +10, which is just amazing. I'd like a new weapon for like all of my characters. Mermaid cap is because it resists water. Sight cap resists chaos. That's just strength. I want to give that to. Give you the water. Give you the strength. Because right now Robo's not doing much. Like I could swap back in Magus. Just because he's like stronger. This should be fine. Robo can just be my alchemist from others. Specifically Aluga. I don't need any other magic for either of these two characters, which is why it feels really good. Robo, I didn't even get a better weapon, so we can use Uzi Punch and like heal beam, so I can heal people. If he had shock, like that would be nice, obviously too. Whoops, too fast. But I'm gonna, because I need this fight to actually be winnable. This boss fight has like 6,500 HP, I think, but Rust Tyranno is the one boss that always has more, because that's just kind of like his gig. His shtick is he just does a lot of damage, or he has a lot of HP. Because all he does is just wait around and then hits you with like a really, really, really big attack. Which would probably kill my party. But if I can kill him, like, fast enough, it doesn't matter. So I'm using up a lot of my best ethers. But I get a free, not free, I get a key item check after doing this, so... I don't know exactly how much HP this guy has. I just don't remember. And yeah, you can see it's just his head, obviously. The rest of his sprite, because of like the way that enemy boss sprites and stuff get randomized around. Got it. Sweet. Okay. It's actually the background. Hey, look, a weapon for Robo. That might have been better if I kept Magus. Who knows? But yeah, the background of Robo's ribbon. Okay, that's like a really, really, really good equipment for him. It gives him show HP, barrier, and plus 25% damage, and plus 3 speed. So it's just like, yeah, indefinitely better. So it doesn't help me with progression at all, but I should have equipped his thing too. Oh my gosh. Okay, now he's better. Yay! Let's go to the past. Because then we need Fiona's shrine for sure. We can run up Dendor Mountain if we need to. A couple things we can do. We can also grab we can grab a couple of chests. A couple black chests with the pendant if we want to here. Again, it's this constant, you know, battle of it takes time to do so is it worth doing? This one just gotta kind of wait around for them to open up, blah blah blah. Power tab, so like maybe that wasn't worth it. Let's see. A dash ring. That's real good. That's plus 3 speed. We like that. So let's do this. Let's do... Both at 14. I don't love that. What if instead... Amulet? I don't know. Maybe? I'm not being protected from anything right now. I don't... No, you know what? It's fine when it's a boss. I don't love it when it's like you're going through a longer dungeon like a Mount Woe or a Genodome, because then like you never quite know who's gonna go first. Well, there's this chest up here that I never got that I can sneak by and grab without triggering the boss fight. I just got nervous, even though I'm pretty... Ooh. Well, that would have changed things a little bit. I should have just grabbed it. Decent sword for Chrono. Okay, well, this is a dumb fight. This would be the time where I would say, read some donations. Because this is a fight where you just have to kind of play solitaire a little bit and just hope you get a good guess. All you have to do is attack these little, nope. And just, you have to hit the right one 10 times. Good news is, if you miss, it still counts as targeting them. And then, sometimes there's a weird, like, glitch. Oh, shoot. Yeah, where, like, if you don't, like, you can't hit him the first time. And I don't know why. Ooh. I got that wonder shot thing, I think. I didn't double check what was on that, oh, there we go. This is 9,999 damage. I should double check and see what's on her gun. What random ability is on there. Woo! And I'm not going to be doing 9,999 damage to the boss, actually. I'm just doing it to I figured out what the correct one is. And if I do 5 damage or 9,000 damage, it doesn't matter. I'm actually kind of curious, like, what's going on with her gun. Like, that didn't look like a crit. And also, I stopped counting. I did exactly 10, and I definitely stopped counting. Because I got very distracted by Luca's gun. So if I get another flare off, that's going to be bad. But I'm hoping I can just kill this thing. See that? That was... It's gotta have a wonder. Like, the... Wonder Shot effect. You know, if you guys don't know Chrono Trigger, the Wonder Shot is Luca's best gun in the vanilla game. And because I have gear rando on, that effect can be on anything. And I think it's because these little fire things have very interesting, like, defense and HP mechanisms for this boss fight that I don't 100% fully understand. I think I've done past 10 now. Yeah, there we go. Now you just wait. Don't do anything. I was wasting time. I didn't wear attack animations. There we go. So the Wonder effect can be on any weapon. The Rainbow effect from Chrono, which is like 70% crit, can be on anything. So you can get like a rainbow gun or a rainbow sickle. Ooh, Super Bolt. That's good. You also can get the Crisis effect, which is from Robo. You can have a Crisis sword, you know, which is, oh, there's an extra tab here I can pick up. Kind of low tiered power tabs. And then we tell Fiona that we're going to heal up the forest. And then we get a grandfather paradox with Robo. I could do Denadoro right now. Denadoro and Hecarim are pretty similar timing. Probably go do Hecarim. Hecarim's pretty dang quick. Plus I can get the black chest that's in there, which is pretty rare to grab. You don't usually do that dungeon before you have that done. Definitely gonna grab a couple of these because I'm gonna have none. I can get mid-ethers from Fitz. Nothing very good here. Actually, were there mid-tier? Were there full ethers or was it just full tonics? If there's full ethers, I should have bought those. We'll see what this key item is. Another key item check coming up. If it's a time egg / a Chrono Trigger, I'm in go mode. Ruby knife. So another go mode item, completely irrelevant to what we have right now. Let's see before I leave. No, it was just these. Yeah, okay. So let's go get some more chests. See if there's anything good. Ooh, a swallow, but it's -3. Okay. I think I'm gonna go do Hecarim. I'm gonna make sure. Actually, yeah, let's just go do Hecarim. Just do it right away. Right off the bat. Let's just go. Can I not run from this fight? Oh, I don't think I can run from this fight. And I forgot to check. Because there's a couple fights here I can run from. I don't remember. I've forgotten which one exactly you do that with. Okay, I'm gonna waste some time double checking my weapon here. Radius +3. Crit 65, magic +2, 1/2 HP is at 50%. That's gonna be weird. I'm gonna ask someone in the coding side of things for this game. What was going on? So not 100. Hey, another shelter. I haven't used hardly any of those yet in this run. I've been avoiding them because I had so little at the beginning. They save time, obviously. I think I'm just gonna fire 2 of these things. Oh, that was spendy. Because fire rotation just take care of this. It will take care of this entire dungeon. But we're gonna try to skip as many of these fights as possible and just go real quick. This is one of those things about, again, I could have done this real early This could have been one of the earlier, for sure, like in some other seed, someone absolutely would have done this early. I'm taking that very slow because I've been missing that skip recently. In this fight, you have to get into. So I could run from it, or I can spend the extra couple seconds getting some decent tech, which, again, the only person I need that for is a Robo, so it's not super relevant, but as a decently early like access dungeon, this is a great one to come to early if you have a screen clear, which I did. Like, I had Luminaire and Lightning 2 right away, but for reasons I already talked about, I chose not to. So this is the last fight I have to do in this dungeon. But yeah, having Super Bowl there too, like, I've got Shock, I've got Easy Punch with Robo. The only thing I need from him is Heal Beam. Having Fire Sword 2 is really good, because dual techs in this game can't miss. It's a hard skip. Sometimes I just miss that one. Thankfully, Luca was fast, and I can just take care of that. You have to like hold down like kind of the bottom edge of that like area on the map that's like by what looks like the edge of the platform. You just kind of like hug the bottom right corner, and you should be able to get by it. I get it like 90% of the time, 80% of the time. I should practice it a little more thoroughly, because I'm not 100% sure. A full tonic. That wasn't that exciting. Not bad. Just not exciting. Could have been something way cooler. I haven't gotten any like super hype items. Speedrun was like, or Dashing was like the most hype thing I've gotten, which isn't great. Like, I need some better hype equipment and items and stuff. This Swallow still has speed +2. Okay, so it is, even though it's a -3, it's still much, much, much better. Which means I don't need this. I could give him magic, I guess. She's at 14. They're both at 14. Okay. Sight cap, mermaid. Yeah, I think this is probably fine. Triple check. Cure Beam. Okay. Alright. But we need Heal Beam. We don't need Heal Beam. That would be very nice. It's why I bought those Lapises. Okay. So again, Giga Gaia, kind of like a Rust Tyranno here a little bit. Can I Fire Sword 2? I can. I can get all 3 of them. Especially with that Swallow now. This should not take long. If they're not, if the arm's undead, I will Shock. But they should be. E-dead! Frenzy Band question. Ooh, and a haste? Was that a haste helm I saw? And a Lumen Robe? Okay, there was something put in there that I needed to address. That was... Man, if I'd come here earlier. Some good stuff. Okay, we're at the 1 hour mark here. Check these things real quick and then go pet a cat and then heal. I'm actually petting a cat. Okay, so now we know that we're in almost go mode. We just need to find Frog. But it's the slowest go mode. So like, I could go to back to Cathedral. There's a 50-50 chance that Frog is at back of Cathedral, and that would be go mode through Magus Castle. Haste Helm. Haste Helm for who? I could give it to you, and then you don't have to have the dash ring on. And then I can give you... It's kind of interesting. And then you still keep Robo's Ribbon? The room's not as good. Okay, Haste Helm's on you, so now your speed is much lower. So I'm going to a dungeon where I want to go fast. I would have you go first, but now you're just going to speed through. Talk to myself a little bit. Where? I remember finding a Taban Helm somewhere. And maybe that would change what I'd want to do. No, I don't think it would. Haste Helm is like the best item. I could do Denador Mountain. Let's do this first. I could reforge the Masamune. Or Lapis is here. I'm not going to be using Frog no matter what, so... I like keeping the elementals just in case. By 4 of them. 50-50 chance is the best chance I have of anything. So I think we just go here. I should reforge the Masamune to get whatever high tier key item is in. Because we can do this fairly fast. I should have. Gosh. I'm getting a little antsy here. Can I not run away from these guys? So this is the thing, is like whenever I get into a fight that I never get into because I accidentally hit a trigger or something, I never know which ones I can run away from or not, because there's a bazillion fights, and I only know about the ones I can run away from, or the ones that I normally run into or not. So, that was interesting. Okay. Okay. So we are doing this, and I'm skipping everything. Only doing what's absolutely mandatory. Because there's a 50-50 chance that Frog is gonna, come on bro, gonna be up in the castle after I do this fight. And if I do get Frog, then I'm in go mode. It's the slowest go mode, just based on, you know, like, at perfect execution is the slowest, timing-wise. But I have no idea what other items I'm looking for. Like, the key could be locked behind, gosh, I don't know, Factory into Mount Woe, and that might be where the Chrono Trigger is for the go mode, and the Dream Zone is for the go mode. Like, they might be in the past, in 65 million BC. I don't know. Oops, don't forget as I'm talking. So there's all these chests I'm not picking up because they're all very low tier chests. Like, this is the first dungeon most people go to, right? And I skipped it. So nothing in here is going to be important. Like, there could be shelters. You know, it's possible I could find some mid-ethers. But, like, there's nothing here. And I'm basically at the end. I don't even know if I need a shelter. Like, this is... I'm not even going to save. Because this guy has 900 HP, who's ever here. If I die here, I deserve to die here. Like, if I wipe here. And if this is not Frog, then I'm just back to the drawing board. If I find a gate key, I know that Frog will be in the past. Okay, so So Golem Boss actually would have been a probably decently hard boss to fight early on here. But with Luminaire, it might have been fine. Let's just do this. Because Fire Set 2 is so fun. Oh yeah, he has a revenge counter. It's weak. It's not like Yakra the 13th is pretty actually clean. If you're not careful, it can wipe you out. Is that a Doom? What was that? Doom something. A Doom weapon of some kind. Haven't talked about how good this music is. At the 1 hour mark, there should be the point where it's like, if we should have go mode, or if we haven't, we're really itching to find go mode. So this might be, depending on what we find up here next, could be starting to get a little titch on the longer end. And again, I always like to say an hour in, like if anyone's watching, viewing for the first time, or anything like that, it's like, hey, what are we doing? This is a Chrono Trigger randomizer, and I'm recording it as a submission for the Midwest Speedfest. I triggered that actually. It is fraud! Okay. Huzzah! 50-50 chance. Anyway, yeah, this is a submission for Midwest Speedfest. A great charity marathon happening in Minnesota here in a couple months. Part of Video Game Music Con, VGM Con, in kind of the western suburbs here of the Twin Cities. It's really great. A lot of good people, a lot of great music, a lot of great support. Raising money for P-Fund, which is really, really cool. Helping out trans kids, because trans rights are human rights, and trans kids deserve to be trans adults. So now we have the pieces of the Masamune, and we're gonna go find Melchior. He's gonna help us reforge the Masamune. And then I technically am also gonna get Marl here now, because she's in the spot in Frog's Burrow. And when I bring the completely reforged Masamune, they're like, oh, I can be a hero now. But I'm not gonna use Marl or Frog to go through the go mode and dungeons, because I like my team. This is kind of the team I've committed to. I could switch, like if for some reason they have perfect setups and I have the right equipment for them. But again, I never unlocked magic in this run. I just got very lucky with Chrono and Luca having like 2 of their best techs in their first 3 and not their bottom 8. Or well, there's 8 total, so bottom 5. So we just didn't waste time needing to find the gate key. Or the one other way you can get there is through the factory in the future, and go through the factory, and that also gives you access to that door behind where Robo's vanilla spot is, where you find him, and then you can go to the end of time. Anu! No! Come back, Nu! I want to kill you! Man. Out of... there. Where's that Nu? There they are. We don't need to fight this Nu at all, but when you see one, it's kind of fun, and you gain a lot of extra experience points and tech and stuff. Not like, a huge amount, but enough that it was fun. And we got Cure Beam, which is not Heal Beam, but... Oh, wait a minute. Again, I'm trying to explain all these things as they're going on. I did not actually need to get Marl here. I needed Frog and the Masamune, so I needed to forge the Masamune, but I did not need to come and get Marl. We just needed to get the Nu. You're welcome. So this was like a waste of a minute and a half, but that's fine. It's always harder for me to remember every single tiny detail when I'm also commentating, which I'm really, for this run, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get someone else to come and help commentate with me, if this gets added to by the games committee and the powers that be. to go for Midwest Speedfest. So I am in go mode, which is great. I need Frog to open up this, which is the coolest cutscene in the whole game. Everyone should stand up for the national anthem. That's good music. It's amazing. And the Akira Toriyama anime like cutscenes that they made for this. Pretty dope. R.I.P. Akira Toriyama, one of the greatest manga artists of all time. I could run in and get this, whatever chest this is. Okay, how are we doing? Is there anything else I'm forgetting? I am gonna waste a teeny tiny bit more time. I did this a little bit out of order. I'm gonna grab a couple more revives, and I'm gonna see whatever extra item Taban gives me here. Taban? I think that's better than Big Hand, right? No, it's not. Couldn't remember. Because there's Mega Gigatera, you know, just like the mutants. But Big Hand's usually pretty good. Let's see. 5. Let's get that to 9. Revives. Let's get that up to like 10. Alright. Okay. I think we're good now. Yeah, there's a couple other black chests I could have ran around and looked for. You know, there's like a lot of little things I could do. But at some point it's like, it's time to go. And I could be dumping some of those into Robo to make him a little bit more versatile and have Uzi Punch do more. But depending on the bosses that I get, like physical output with Fire Sword 2 or with Confuse, I'm just going to rely on Chrono a little bit more and hopefully I get a better weapon for him. But, oh no, I have the Swallow, so like he's pretty good. Swallow -3. I'm glad I didn't take away the speed. Because it could have with the item randomizer, the gear randomizer, I should say. You know, affects armor and weapons and stuff. I should change out speed here though, because I think I want Luca to be going first at all times here. Oh yeah, because she has the haste helmet. I think I'm going to change that for... I mean, Luminaire should be fine for these first couple. And then it's better for the boss fights, I think, to have her with haste. But through all these little mini fights, if she just has super high speed, and she can just fire 2 her way through this entire dungeon. I don't know what level I am. Early 20s. Alright. Another Megaton arm. I think I'll take care of this. And then I will just give him some ethers. It will be good. This does definitely be under 2-hour estimate, so that's good. Which is what I was planning on. I gotta put that somewhere in the description of what I'm doing here. That yes, this should, again, very kind of a versatile amount of timing for an estimate, but with it being a randomizer. But that's a good safe number for what we're doing here. Missing part of the sprite here. So if this is an Elder spawn, I can attack the whole thing. It's a rig, it is. So what I can do here is I can fire sword to the head. Because his counter, because you want to hit the shell, but the Elder Spawn's counter only hits one person, and regular spawns, the counter hits the whole team. And this will do a lot of damage. We have counter Chrono. I can heal. Yeah. And then we'll just do it again. He'll probably be dead. It's fine. Because there's an area of effect around where this attack hits. So it's hitting the head and then it hits everything around it. But if you're dead, it doesn't matter. Another speed belt, another big hand. Then we can use our... This is where shelters really start coming into place, is like the rest of the game. Because now we're just kind of doing... I kind of had a little bit of a let's run around early seed, you know, and not do a lot until we find what we need. And now the seed is just going to be dungeon, dungeon, boss, boss, dungeon, dungeon, boss, boss. Like, go, go, go for the rest of the seed here. Usually you don't open up that chest, but I have to say every time, I did find prism specs in that chest one time, and I always get the itch to open it up. I think what I'm going to have here is I'm going to have Robo do the attacking. Because whoever does the first hit gets countered and steals their MP. Right now, Robo's a little bit more of my alchemist. If I get a couple more power tabs, I might give them to him. But like Shock and Uzi Punch are not bad. And then if you give all your tabs to Robo, like I gave to Luca and Chrono, obviously he'd be nuts. Oh, that's so funny. Is it the other? It's the other Lavos. That's so funny. So this is the regular Lavos, which means I don't want to attack. Like, depending on how weak it is, I could probably two-shot him, but I'm just gonna do this a tiny bit safer. I don't have... Yeah, I could flare him. But what I'm gonna do instead... oh gosh, this happens sometimes. I'm gonna do this. And then they'll be able to use Fire Tackle. And then once I'm close enough, I can flare him to death. Double them? Double them at 2. Yeah, I'm way too close. See, if that didn't kill, then I knew that I could Fire Sword 2 or Flare afterwards because I knew I'd have one more hit off. And the counter's not like that bad, but it would do like a couple hundred damage to all of my characters, and so it's like, I haven't wiped yet, and I don't want to. No! I didn't mean to run into you. Gross. Not what I wanted at all. Got too excited. So I'm going to switch up my equipment, I think, here a little bit. Probably give that dash ring back to Luca. I'm going to take... He's still at 14, though, even with this. That's kind of a weird, unfortunate, like... Oh well. If he gets it, I'll keep the silver stud on him. So now we get a little hallway with some dudes to fight. But you can't run from this stuff in this hallway. So this is one of the reasons why like this takes a little bit longer than others, because it's like unavoidable fights. You gotta fight 2 bosses right up at the front there, and like I'm just barely into the 3rd room of this dungeon, you know. And one thing I'm gonna do here is just kind of try to keep track, because at 14 MP, which means I can do fight or 2 one more time, and then I gotta go a little bit. Some of these enemies have different like magic absorption or defense of certain kinds. Not gonna be good for the rest of this to the next save point now. And so knowing that stuff can be really important. But fire is generally just like another reason why Luke is really low favored, is because fire is good against almost everything. Another reason why like Black Hole is really good is because it's just magic, raw magic power that's non-elemental. The next hallway. Oh, these guys are fast. Like, well, Luca was at what, 14? Yeah, gosh, even at 14 speed, like those gargoyle dudes are quick. 14's a good number generally for bigger dungeons. Like I didn't see Mount Woe or Genodome this seed. I could have, but there other ways that I would have gone. You want to have a character that's got like 14 or 15 speed at least. I think that's for Frog. I don't 100% have all of the swords memorized for Frog and Chrono. So here we've got, these aren't really skips, these are just little quick, just like vanilla, little timing things. A little bit of lag here for the Super Nintendo. And then there's these Donkey Kong rooms, like OG Donkey Kong, throwing barrels down, but they're roly-polies. And there's 2 of them, and you can get some of the skips here. The bats are fine. These you just stand. Go by you. Easy skips. This one's easy. Same thing here. Let them go by you. And the next room that has a tower like this has some harder skips. This is also a very infamously hard room. I'm going to be quiet because there are little black diamonds I have to step on perfectly. There's a bazillion pitfalls in that room. And that room can take 5 minutes if you don't know what you're doing. There's a skip right there that was hard to explain. Another one right there that was hard to explain. You just kind of have to hold up past these dudes. This one I wait, and then I use my other characters to kind of like knock this guy down a little bit. And then you go past him. And if I was fast, I would have got past this guy with a moving hold. Oh, I missed that one. Ugh. See, I was so close. I think I didn't quite. Yeah. That's fine. This guy, if I had had like ice, like if I had Marl here, I could have used ice too. And the reason I was flare is because I wanted to kill the juggler. And you can't run from these fights. So like, if I'd gotten that skip better, I could have saved, what, 45 seconds there? Like, that was a big one. I want to make sure you get enough. This one. I don't have a good way to clear this board. I don't have a good, like, physical area to kill these guys. I guess I just punch him. gosh, come on, Chrono. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, so this is another thing is fire and lightning both don't work well here. I can run from this one, which is nice. But I can't run from this next one. But this is better because I can use flare on these guys. So if I'd had Black Hole or Ice 2, and that's one of those things where it's like I could have looked at my team party comp and like brought in Frog or Marl because if they had Ice 2 or Water 2, I could have done that particular like room a little bit faster, you know, because if I knew I had to do that fight, and I could have dumped, you know, Magic Tab, well not a Magic Tab, but I probably would have put like the Magic Ring, you know, onto whoever it was, and let's just look real quick. He had Water too. And she like, so, yeah, like I probably should have, for expediency, done that. Now this room, on the other hand, you can avoid. You don't even run. You just do this. And there's one more here, which is kind of weird. Gosh, I missed that one. Thought I had it. Oh well, it's okay. That felt kind of dumb. Oh well. You have to hold... It's a weird to explain. You can go up that stairwell without triggering. Oh, come on, guys. And this is some of the reasons why people don't like Megas Castle. But if I just got all these skips down and was paying a little bit more attention to some of these fights, I probably could have saved a couple minutes here, right? Like, skips in this game for, you know, fights save minutes. Skips that are on the map, you know, that are like going around, can save moments, if that makes sense. Just like doing spatial awareness properly. Alright, so this is just, you target the gears, you target all of them, and eventually Ozzy's just gone, and then Magus is right after this. So we're at the end of this dungeon, and then we will get into the Kingdom of Zeal, and then we'll have one last shopping thing to do, do our last little bit of shopping, and then we'll be into the Ocean Palace, which is our final dungeon. At the bottom of Ocean Palace, well, there's one more randomized boss we'll have to fight at the top of Zeal, and then there's a double boss fight at the bottom of Ocean Palace, which is where the double golem would normally be. And then we're at Lavos. So I'll probably be hitting close to 2 hours. Just gonna dump all these onto you. All these I can sell. Psycap better. Yeah, I think I like Psycap better. Black. White. Blue. Should I give her white instead just in case? For like healing purposes? I'm gonna take the dash ring off of you again because we have the haste helm. Silver stud feels good. You don't need to be any faster. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Magus doesn't do status ailments. That's like definitely one thing I'm still a little concerned about is like getting the Lavos because we don't have full status protection on anything except the one amulet, which I'd probably give to Luca because she can have that East Helm, and then just have hats on the gentleman. If Robo's even a gentleman, he's considered a dude for like. Oh, and it's Vanilla Magus. This boss can be randomized. I could be fighting like Marl here, or Frog here, or Ayla here instead. So, not super exciting because it's Vanilla Magus. I mean, it's still an exciting fight because this is such a cool moment. But it's, in my opinion, better when you're like fighting Chrono instead. Okay, so I need to hit him with something to change. I think what I'm going to do is I will just hit him with Confuse. And hopefully we'll get Fire or Lightning. Nope. Okay. If we don't get Fire or Lightning, I have to heal. Why I have them. They roll so low. Jeez. Getting unlucky with my elemental switches here. Better. I'm gonna wait for Robo. So I need this. So I should have flashing lights warning. Sorry about that. And I have to heal. Dang. That was unfortunate. Shoot. Levels can be a big pain in the butt, especially when I don't have a good way of healing my party. Fire Sword 2 probably does more than Flare. I was just like ready to go, so I just hit him. Okay, the fact that he didn't do anything means that he's preparing to do his final attack, so I can just go at him here. Never mind, I was very wrong about that math. So now I can just gonna hit him. This is like 500 more. 600 more? Whatever, this is much more. It's significantly more. That's what I was expecting. It did a lot less because his defense is different based on if he's doing the elemental difference thing or if he's like casting his ultimate magic at the end. That's why I think my numbers were screwed up in my head. Okay. I did not see what item I got from him. I was not paying attention. Alright. What am I still looking for? Some better equipment? I could go grab the speed tab. That's in Hasa. I will show it off, because why not? I'm not like in a tournament. I'm doing this for Midwest Speedfest, so let's show off one extra room that wouldn't always go to. We're gonna get to see Little Magus. aka Janice, and Alphador, the purple cat. Meow. So yeah, you don't have to go here, but there's one room. Oops, that's the wrong. I gotta do this one first. This one? Oh yeah, there's this shop too. Gold earring. Yeah. Where's that? Where is it? Water summons wind. Wind makes fire dance. Water summons wind. Wind makes fire dance. We're gonna fight this fight, which takes a little bit of time. Speed tab. Got 2 speed tabs. I haven't gotten any rocks this whole game. There are 5 different rocks in this game, for those who don't know. They're accessories that let you do extra triple attacks, all 3 characters together, that don't just involve Chrono. And because I'm playing Gear Rando, they can have extra added effects onto them. Like crazy things, like haste, you know, or nothing, you know, but sometimes they do. Or just like plus 10 magic defense or something, so that can be really cool. Alright, here we are in Zeo. Last 2 shopping trips. Get that wrong again. I need water first. Come on. Oh. Doing a couple little extra things we don't always do. Gold rock. Robo can use that. But he has... yeah. Not worth. Okay. What do we got here? Side cap, mermaid cap. Blackmail, dash ring, silver stud, magic ring with haste helm. I think we're gonna do it. Just turn her into a powerhouse with flair and stuff. Oh yeah, I grabbed that tab so the music stopped. Sorry everyone, it sounds a little eerie without the music. Hopefully there's something better at the secret shop. And there's the last shop right here. Secret shop on the side. Let's see. Power seal. There is another amulet and a nut. Okay. Well, we buy that, I think. And then what can we sell? All those. So all those. I don't think we'll need that, but speed belt, maybe? Amulet. Let's buy, can I have 3 haste helms? Like that just feels like the nuts, right? Sorry, that might have been very PR. And one more amulet, just in case, I think. Okay. That feels insane. I guess silver stud, magic ring. I wish there was something better for me to buy. I'll just buy... Well, not better. Haste Helms are insane. But for healing, I like the elixirs or mega elixirs or something. I'll just buy some of these. Okay, good enough. All right. Let's go. So I just healed with those, like, you know, healy spots that are on the ground. Those, like, little circles that gave me full heal, so I don't use a shelter here. But I should save. Just in case. Hello, yeah, we're good. We should just be able to kind of get to the end here real quick now. Will it take me less than 17 minutes? I don't know. Here, yeah, we're just gonna kill you. Have to use magic on this guy. I don't have that mermaid cap on anymore. That's haste helm. I wonder if Fire Sword 2 plus Shock would just be better. I don't think so, because I think the physical damage from Confuse isn't as good. Rocket Punch is not Heal Beam. It's fine. Doesn't need Heal Beam. Those Lapises rolled real low, though. I have no Mega Elixirs, which I also don't like. Something scaly is coming. I also don't have any good way to take care of this upcoming elevator room, which is kind of infamous. I need Max Cyclone if nothing else. I don't even know if I have a laser spin yet. So am I still missing a laser spin? Oh no, I don't have Spat, so I don't have Spin Cut. Yeah, this room's gonna suck. This is one thing that's not good with this. Ooh, Nova Armor Protect. That's really good. That's going on you. For sure. But I have haste helm on everything, so I'm just gonna just go. We just kill the blue ones first, which is what we do, and then we go from there based on, you know, what we have left to do. I have 500 TP left. Oh, that didn't kill them. Wow, Chrono. Jeez. Alright. So this is what we call the grind spot. It's that fight right there. I am just gonna knock all these guys down since I'm gonna have to fight them anyway. If you feel like you get here a little early and you're a little underleveled, or You want to gain a certain tech that you really need before the final boss gauntlet. I'm a level 29. I feel fine. You want, like, some people say 30. But yeah, the only thing I'm missing is an extra healing, which is just like, you know, defense. But with the amount of fights left in the bosses, I should learn it. Yeah, before Lavos. I'm not gonna have it, I don't think, for the final boss or the twin golem fight. But that is okay. I'll have heal beam for Lavos, which is nice. Up. And then that fireball shooting at me is another thing sometimes people use to intentionally get low on HP to do this little elevator grind here, because you can use Frog Squash or Tailspin or Dino Tail. I could go get Frog. I could try that. It's not actually not. Now that I'm saying it out loud, that is not. Come on. It's not a terrible idea. He's not strong, but his HP is at 0, and I give him a dash ring. It might do it. So here's what we're going to do. Because, like, this is a long fight, and if I can mitigate it, this takes a hot sec, but I want to get him down to, like, no HP. And then we can bring him in for those fights. Because Chrono doesn't need the tech points or the experience. Doesn't have it yet. Oh man, he'll get it though for this fight, right? Do I gain 50 tech points? Okay, let's do this. That I miscalculated that. This probably is still going to save me time, but it's definitely on the verge of... This might be wasting time. That's close. Maybe to be super safe, I should have this estimate be 2 hours and 15 minutes. Got Frog Splash. And Frog Flare. This will be a good test. I did Fire 2 first. Because obviously there's a danger here with Frog being at like 0 HP, you know? I don't think Shock's gonna do it. should have used flare. Oh well, that's okay. Let's try it. See what happens. Okay. Ooh, you didn't die. They had like 750 HP. Barely off. Yeah, he had 1 HP. Oh my god. Forget that the Robo Ribbon gives you a sight scope so you can see HP values. Usually I try to have as much of that memorized as possible. Okay. This is the fight. It's this fight right here. So. That fight is a pain in the butt. Alright, now we will switch back to Chrono. There's 2 more of those fights that I can, if these are the last 2 skips in the game. They're 2 pretty tough ones. Man, I did not get it. I've practiced those ones a lot. Those are hard skips. You have to just be like very precise in the way you get out from behind them. You don't want to hit that button, otherwise you waste animation time. I will try it again on this side, because you can do it on either side. Man, no, I didn't get it. That's alright. So if you go into the like item menu or the tech menu, you can run away because like the timer still kind of clicks in the background. And that way the enemies don't hit you while you're trying to run away. So like, it's not a huge time loss, it's just, it's a hard one. And I definitely gotta go practice it again. If this gets in, I'll practice it more. I'm gonna get it. See what back on. Last just. I'm gonna gap. That could be really useful. I overdid it on the shelters. I only needed 6, I got 9. Double gold. They are next to each other, which they aren't usually. They're far enough away. This makes it a teeny bit easier. Doing 3,000 damage feels really good. Just reset what he's doing. But because I have haste on everyone, like, these fights will be easier than like going through the labyrinth that was the elevator, you know, not labyrinth, just like, ooh. Let me kill you. I hope this isn't gonna kill Chrono. I should have killed him. Oh well, that's okay. Games. Heal Beam is what I was looking for. So the fact that Chrono did not gain those 4,000 experience points kind of sucks, because he could have leveled up one more time, but here we are. Yeah, I'm not going to be Lavos in 4 minutes, but it won't be too far off. Now, if I need that amulet... Yeah? Yeah, I'm almost... 5 minutes. Yep. I am gonna give this to her, I think. Oops, I'm Final boss. Levels 1, levels 2, and levels 3. Again, there are 3 different go modes for this game. If you go through Terrano's lair, instead of going through Magus's castle, that's generally considered the fastest because you can go through Terrano's lair a lot quicker if you do all the skips. Then you can go through Magus's castle. Magus's castle you don't need to find access to any other eras to do. If you just find the pieces of the sword and frog, you can do it right away. You get early go mode in like 30 minutes sometimes. Even earlier, hypothetically. And then you go through this all again with after the Terran Relay, come back up to Zeal and this whole thing. But the third go mode, which is a flag we have set, is just Zeal 2 counts as the final boss. You go through the future with Death Peak, and you do the Chrono Trigger thing. And then you get Black Omen, which you can do from, you know, other eras, like 1000 or 600 or whatever. But then you fight Zeal 2 at the end. So you fight Zeal 1, Mamu Machine, and Zeal 2 instead of Lavos 1, Lavos 2, and Lavos 3. And then it's pretty comparable. I like that go mode. It's very fun. Okay, here's Obstacle. I'm going to see if this is going to status Chrono. It did not, which is nice. So there's a lot of things I did to get to this point of how powerful I feel. Like, done. Moon armor. Real good. Well, did I get a Nova armor +2 for Robo? Because Nova armor gives the status protection. But again, randomized gear. We didn't see any of the crazy randomized gear this run. Yeah, real good. Yeah, the Nova armor. Alright. Did I shelter? I did not. I just equipped that moon armor. Alright. Whee! Yeah, so like all those things I did running around and like leveling up at the beginning and taking some of those extra fights and like getting the equipment I needed, running around getting some of those black chests, making sure I had heal beam and like the equipment I needed for Fire Sword 2 to go off, and like dumping the tabs, power tabs into Chrono, magic tabs into Luca. It's making these fights easier. Because these fights, like I could have gotten here quicker if I was doing some other things, made some other decisions. This fight can be incredibly hard. Because you saw like that did a lot of damage. And then he does this boomerang thing, which we call like the bananas that come out of his hands. And those can kill people. They're very, very strong physically. But the fact that I've got heal beam now, and I've got these haste helms on, like, I just feel so much safer that I'm going to be able to outpace him. Because he is going to, and if he hits the same character twice in a row with 2 of these boomerangs, he might down someone. It's definitely possible. There's one. So we should be fine. Luminaire should kill the left hand for sure. And then Flare will definitely kill the right. I could probably just Mega Bomb the right. Save a little bit of TP. And then... Yup. I'm gonna heal again. And then he has to use the ability to take his face, his like body's defense down. And then we can start hitting the body. But wait. I'm gonna see what this does if I need to use a heal of a status of some kind. I do not. So now, I probably didn't need a heal here either. That might have been a little bit of a waste because I feel like I can just knock this guy out before phase 3 starts. Gosh, the haste helps are so fast. We love it here. What I don't have is any like prism specs or sunshades of any kind. So like I'm not doing massive damage output. I'm just doing a lot of DPS because of these tones. And Chrono didn't get poisoned, which is amazing. Sweet. Okay. Magic Seal. Magic Seal could be good on Luca, maybe. I think I have the amulet on her right now. I might switch out the amulet for the Magic Seal. It'll do more damage, but then she's not protected from status, which is less of a big deal in this fight. It can be a big deal, but because I have got protection on Robo, and I have 2 other characters, I think it's worth the risk. That's assuming I get this menu glitch, which I usually do, but not always. Okay. So that was a glitch. You can menu between those fights, which you normally like can't do. You're not supposed to, quote unquote, right? Okay, so we're just gonna try to kill this thing on the right. You dead? Oh! I was jumping the gun there a minute with Fire Sword instead of just confused. That was on me. That was a oops. That's okay. That's okay. Bring it back. Just shoot this thing. Okay, let's do it. Extra beam did not cure enough. I'm gonna go for hitting everyone strats. Instead of just right bit. So let's start counting. 2,000. Oh dear. Oh dear. Gonna have to revive Chrono. Yeah. That was not how I meant to do this, but that's okay. So like 3,000. So 4, 5. That was so bad timing. You dang it. I really thought that thing was gonna die. This is not great. Okay. Are you really not dead? little dicey there for a sec. I've lost track now, even where I was. I was only like 5. I was at 5. 6, 7. 9.5. I'd say 10,000 probably. So here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be the most. So I'll leave it at like 13-ish. Making his defense back. This will be 16 or so, and then one more fire sword will be good. So time will be coming up after, I think, this next fire sword too. That's it, time. All right, did it. Great. Okay, great. Yeah. I hope this was a good display of what the Chrono Trigger Jets of Time speedrun can be like. There's a lot of really different fun ways to play it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions or comments, check me out at Kennedy411 on Twitch and my YouTube channel. And please come check out the Jets of Time Discord. They're a really, really cool group of people. And good luck to Midwest Speedfest and Video Game Music Con and all the things that are happening here in Minnesota. We'll see y'all soon. Thanks. Bye.